Okay, welcome to another video in the DeAgostini Model Space Kyosho Hummer H1 build series here on RC Racing TV. I'm Frank from polepositionrc.com. At the end of the last video, I didn't show it, but I said I was going to do it and glue all the body panels to the frame, and I've done that. I used the Tamiya glue. You can also use Mr. Hobby, and there's a couple other brands, I believe. Quite good stuff, and I've just been letting everything dry, and so I've glued here so it's nice and firm. It's very strong stuff. Also along here and the top of the back panel, so that's not going to be coming loose. On here, of course, and these sides, the B and C pillars, and along the bottom edges of the door frames. Okay, so now that is all done now. I'm just going to get these clips out of the way. So the next step that we're doing is step 35, which is the last of the body panels to be attached, and it's huge. Look at this big flat thing. It's massive. Now we are doing 2 steps per video here, so we have step 36, which is obviously not a body panel. This is actually, I think, the spur gear shaft. But we'll get to this in a few minutes. Let's cut open this bag and let's see what we've got. Hopefully, I think this is the very last bag of body pieces that we have. Looks like we've got some sort of a clip, we've got a screw to attach that clip, and some body pins, as we call them in the RC world. These things here. So we'll just keep these in the bag and handy. So we've got 2 pieces of the roof here. So very big, very flat. So let's fire up the old instructions here. So we've got, you can see how that's going to fit, roughly like that. Let's see, so we've got all of these things. And it looks like we're attaching them like this. I am just wondering, no, it goes around. So that's pretty good. This is actually keyed into position. You can't, if you try and put it in the wrong way, you won't be able to get those ends down because they're squared ends. So you have to position it around the correct way. Okay, so now let's use this the fast glue to very quickly get these in position. I do love this stuff. It works so fast. I'm going to put some more on this side. Okay. So that's the, looks like some sort of clips. Okay, now that's the front roof panel. Underneath here, we've got this clip to install. And that, there's a hole that fits in there. And we've got a screw that will hold this metal clip in place. There we are. That's that done. And now we've got, now these meant to attach here. So we just make sure that these line up properly. Those are all okay. They're very huge, so sorry they're not everything getting on the screen. So we'll set these aside just for a moment. Better over here. And we've got the front window frame. So these will slide in over the pins that are on the inside of the wheels, or not the pins behind the wheel opening, I should say. There we are. Press into place. Doesn't say to glue. And now this we're supposed to paint this black first, and in my parts box got the front radiator piece. And that will go here and get glued in place. So I will wait to, I will paint this piece black and then glue it in place like that. And it says to paint this piece. It's already, is it glued? No, it's not glued. Okay, so I'll paint that as well. And then we turn the whole assembly upside down. And once again, tighten this into place. Okay, not going to glue this because I do want to be able to access this so I can paint it. I don't think it needs to be glued anyway. Okay, so we're going to screw this into position again. the silver screws go into the sides here. Okay, so that will sit there once it's painted and will be glued into place. So this is looking really cool, if I can say so myself, as I'm not the most massive fan of the Hummer. Obviously it's not the most recent military vehicle that you can get nowadays, but that is very cool. Alright, now the last steps are to just continue gluing all the edges around. Now I am going to do that once I have painted the radiator pieces. I will glue everything down. And apparently there's an air intake somewhere. There's an air intake. I'm not sure where. Oh, it's meant to fit there, but I don't see the piece. I mean, the only leftover piece right now is this thing. And then we've got the roof panels, which that will slide in there. So that's pretty cool. We'll slide in like that. And then the metal clip clips into place here. Might need to bend that out so it's a bit more secure, but it looks like it's okay. And then this slides in over those. And there's the roof. That's it. Oh, this thing's a beast. Okay, so some forcing will be needed, it looks like, to make these go into place. There we are. There. Okay. Alright. So it looks like all the roof panels meant to be removable, so you don't glue that down. So yeah, that is huge. Now if we get the chassis and we get that in there, because you just can't help doing that, you can see how everything's going to sort of fit there. Wow. Okay, so that's step 35 done. Oh my gosh. It's going to weigh a ton. Alright, so step 35, that is complete. Step 36 is we're going to go to our trusty old parts box, and we've got some bits to finish off. First, let's open this up and see what parts we actually need to get. There's our big spur gear shaft. There's just more of the drivetrain. This is actually the first piece of the drivetrain that the engine will be contacting. So this step's quite quick actually. So we just get the bearing, slide it over, get the E-clip, clip it in, get the pin, slide it through, make sure these screws are tight, and then slide that on there like that. And then they suggest finding my masking tape and wrapping it around the end of the shaft so that the spur gear doesn't come off. Put a little tab on it so it's easy to pull off later. And there we go. That's step 36. Slightly underwhelming after putting together this, but there we go. That is massively impressive, I must say. So there we go. That's steps 35 and 36 of the DeAgostini Model Space Kyosho Hummer H1 from RC Racing TV and Pole Position RC. This is Frank, and just saying thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.